and welcome to We Poets. My name is Sally Baker, and I'm the host of We Poets. We Poets is a poetry show for boys and girls between the ages of 6 and 13. So if you would like to be on the program, please have your parents or your school teacher call me. Also, we're always looking for dependable interns between the ages of 13 and 19, that's middle school and high school, to come and get free training as an intern and produce our program. So if you would like to be an intern, you can also have your parent or your teacher call me. And last but not least, we're always looking for adult guests to come and tell young people something about their jobs or careers. Tonight we have a very interesting person. She has a nonprofit organization that she created, and it helps veterans. And the name of her nonprofit organization is Veterans Community Media Network in Oakland. And I'm going to interview her the second half of the program, and then the children are going to ask her questions. So here we go with our first poet. Hello, young lady.
My poem is called Hooting Out. It hurts my heart to see people sitting on the side of the road, walking by them in the misty morning air. I wonder, how do they keep themselves warm? Aren't they cold? It makes me feel bad, because I have a warm roof over my head, and they have the cold, cloudy sky. On their faces there is sadness, but they also have hope. Why do I have a home and so many things, and they don't? A person sits on a bucket outside of the cheese board, holding a paper cup. That man sticks out to me. I give him a Cliff Bar and bananas and a cheese board baguette piece. He smiles and thanks me again and again. But inside I ask myself, how did this happen? Don't you have somebody to help? I want to help, but how?
Great, let's clap. Wasn't that a wonderful poem? Very nice, that was a wonderful poem. But first of all, why don't you tell us your name and how old you are and what school you go to, please. Look right there at camera 3.
My name is Eliza Ballard, and I go to Oxford School, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Great, and is this your first time on TV?
Yes.
You did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of you. And I see that man sitting outside of the cheese board too with begging for money. Yeah. And I think that's very nice that you give him something. That's very kind of you. Now, let's talk about you. Tell me all about you. What's your favorite subject at school?
My favorite subject is probably reading.
Good. What kind of books do you like to read?
Mystery books.
Good for you. And do you like to go to the public library?
Yeah.
About how often do you go?
Well, sometimes we go a lot, and sometimes we don't go a lot.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Now, when you graduate from high school and college, what kind of job do you think you'd like to pursue?
A marine biologist.
Oh, look there at the camera and tell us, what does a marine biologist do?
Well, they help animals,
and
they study the ocean, and I love animals. My favorite animal is a dolphin.
Oh, good for you. Do you like to go to the zoo?
Yes.
What zoos have you gone to?
The Oakland Zoo, and I think I've gone to the Florida Zoo.
Oh, that's good, that's good. Now tell me, what did you do this summer that was fun?
What did I do this summer? I went to Oregon.
Oh, what'd you do in Oregon?
We rode our bikes a lot.
Rode your bikes? Along the beach or where?
On a bike trail.
On a bike trail, good. You like camping?
Yeah.
So you camp too?
We went backpacking too.
Went backpacking, oh, that's good. Now tell me about school activities. What do you like best? Your school friends?
I have a lot of school friends. A lot of them have been on We Poets before.
Yes. I'm going to interview your whole class. How many's in your class?
21.
21, yes. I've had quite a few kids come. You've all done a wonderful job. Now, is there anything else you'd like to tell me about you?
I don't know.
That's it? Okay, this is your first time on TV, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of you, very proud of you. Let's give her another round of applause. And now we have a pretty young lady, and she's going to tell us her name and all about herself and read her poem. Hello, young lady.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Good.
Good. Can you look there at camera 3 and tell me your name and how old you are and what grade you're in, please?
My name is Natalie, and I'm 8, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Good. Is this your first time on TV?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, that's all right. I'm so glad you could come tonight and be on We Poets. And you've written me a nice poem, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you just hold us down a little bit. Now look right there at camera 3 and let's hear it nice and loud, please.
Health for the homeless. Every day I see a homeless man, all alone on the sidewalk. Leaning against a building, he must feel cold. People walk by, dropping cans and wrappers near where he sits on the ground. He must feel hurt. What can I do? How can I change his life? He has ripped clothes with holes, dirt on his face. He must feel unwelcome. I ran up to my house. On the way, I saw the church that gives the homeless breakfast, and I smiled. I looked about in my house for something helpful to give and decided money would be best. I would raise money for the homeless, money to give him to buy food of his choice, money to give him to buy clothes of his choice. My goal is $50. I will work towards this goal. I will give it as soon as I can. Please help the homeless too in any way you can. Health for the homeless means health for everyone.
Great, let's clap. Wasn't that a wonderful poem? Oh, that was great, wonderful. And I'm so proud of you to have that idea to help the homeless people. You're doing a great job, a great job. And the homeless people are going to thank you very much. Now, let's talk about you. Tell me all about yourself. What do you like to do, your favorite subject at school?
I like art and reading.
Good. What kind of art do you do?
Lots of
art. You like to draw animals or people or?
Yeah, I like to draw animals.
Good. Have you entered any of your artwork in any contests?
I don't think so.
Well, I bet you will, though. I bet you will. Now, do you play a musical instrument?
I play guitar. I just started guitar, and I do recorders at school.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Do you dance?
I used to, but now I don't.
What kind of dancing did you do?
I did ballet.
Oh, wonderful. I've had a lot of children come on who've done ballet, and they do a good job. Now, what did you do this past summer that was fun?
I went to Maine, and we got to, swim in the lake and do lots of stuff.
Good. Was that your first time to go to Maine?
No, I've been there lots of times.
Oh, do you have relatives that live there?
Yes, I have lots of aunts and uncles, and my dad was born in
Oh,
Maine.
how nice. I went to Maine once on a trip. I took my mother in the fall when the leaves had turned. It is beautiful there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what do you want to do when you graduate from high school or college?
I want to be a marine biologist too.
Good, good. Why would you select that career?
Because I love animals and I love to help them, and I just think it's a really fun idea.
Great. Do you have animals at home?
Yes, I have 3 cats, and I might get a hamster.
And you might get a hamster. What do you have to do to take care of those cats?
I have to give them water, food, and play with them, give them company, and let them outside in the wild when they want to.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, you did a wonderful job for your first time on TV, and we're going to have each of you 3 poets come back again after I interview our guest, and you can ask her some questions about the veterans, okay?
Okay.
Well, you did a real good job. Thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause. And now we have a handsome young man here, and he's written me a nice poem, but we're going to find out who he is. Hello, young man.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Good.
Good. Is this your first time on TV?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Not really.
Oh, you're going to do a good job, and you look so handsome tonight. Now, why don't you look there at camera 3 and tell me your name and how old you are and what grade you're in, please.
My name is Alex. I'm in 3rd grade, and I'm 8 years old.
Great. And what's the name of the poem that you've written for me tonight?
The Homeless.
Okay, look right there at the camera 3, and let's hear it nice and loud, please.
The homeless I see on the trail and on the go. I see them without a roof. A homeless is somebody without any money. A homeless is somebody without food, water, or home. I wonder how they survive. I feel sorry for them. Want to give them clothing and shoes and the things they really want. I want to give them food and change their mood. Please, please help the homeless with food, water, shoes, and clothing. And just be kind.
Oh, that was a wonderful poem. Let's clap. Wasn't that wonderful? Very nice, very nice. And what do you do to help the homeless? Have you done anything to help the homeless?
Well, sometimes I just give them $1 or so. I give them money.
Good, that's very good. I'm very proud of you. And I'm like you. I like each Christmas time, I always go out on the street and I see a homeless person and I do something kind for them and give that to them for Christmas. And it would be terrible to be homeless, wouldn't it be? And we're so thankful that we have a home, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Now let's talk about you. Tell me all about yourself. What are your favorite subjects at school?
Well, I like PE and the sports. And
What sports do you like to play?
football, basketball, soccer.
Good, good. Do you play a musical instrument?
I play recorder,
Good. Another instrument you'd like to learn how to play, maybe?
guitar,
A guitar.
and a piano.
And a piano. Well, I hope you can take some lessons in the future. Now, let's talk about when you graduate from high school and college, what career do you think you'd like to pursue?
I don't know.
You haven't decided yet, huh?
No.
Well, you've got a lot of time to decide. Okay, now let's talk about this past summer. What did you do for fun?
Well, I went to Bulgaria.
Oh, how long were you there?
Well, the whole summer.
What did you do while you were there?
Well, there's this little park because I live in an apartment, and there's this little park down, and we like go play every day.
Oh, how nice. How was the food there?
Good.
Was it different from here in America?
Yeah.
Tell me some of the food you ate that you really liked.
I am Bulgarian, by the way.
Oh, you are? Good.
So,
What was your favorite food there?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay. Well, anything else you'd like to tell me about you or your family or just anything you want to tell me?
No.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
And it's your first time on TV?
Yeah.
You did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of you. And we're going to hear from you the second half. Let's give him another round of applause. Welcome back to the second half of We Poets. I'm Sally Baker, the host. And now I want to introduce you to my very special guest for tonight. And her name is Diane Williamson. She is the executive director of the Veterans Community Media Network in Oakland, California. And she's going to tell us all about this wonderful nonprofit organization. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm good.
I'm so
I'm
glad
good.
you could come and tell the boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen all about this wonderful nonprofit organization.
Thank you, and thanks for having me today.
Oh, didn't the children do a good job
They
with their
did.
poems?
They did. That's wonderful.
And they're going
They
to
were
come on.
wonderful.
They're going to come on and they're going to ask you some questions too.
Okay. All
So
right.
here we
Better
go
be on
with
my
our first
toes.
question.
All righty.
What branch of service were you in and what was your job?
I was in the Army, the regular Army, and my job was called a nuclear weapons maintenance specialist. So it sounds really fancy, but it was just a lot of training and all that. But that's what I was, a special weapons maintenance specialist.
And were you here in the located here in the United States or did you go abroad?
I didn't go abroad until after literally I got out, but all of my training was done in New Jersey,
What
as a matter
base?
of fact. It was a small Army depot called, at the time it had an Indian name of Picatinny Arsenal, but they have since renamed it. It's right around Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, and they had since renamed it to USA or RADCOM. It's a long acronym, but it started out with a Native American name, Picatinny Arsenal.
Good, good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Now, here's a picture of you in your uniform, right? Tell us
Yes.
about these pictures you brought.
This is what I call the official shot. This is the picture that they take, after you get your uniform and after you come up out of basic, they do one picture here for you. This was in 1976. So I was considered post-Vietnam because it was after Vietnam. So that's what this picture is here. I forgot I do remember how old I am, but
You don't need to tell that.
Absolutely, yeah. I was whatever. Yes.
And what's the next one on the bottom there?
This one here on the left is a picture of myself and a representative from Wells Fargo Bank. She had come, her name was Soledad Bellini.
Wow.
And she had come to one of our town hall meetings, which we do have, and she helped supported us for a big vet-to-vet festival. So her bank came and talked to the veterans, which was really key.
Yes.
So it was wonderful that she came there and she had a chance to talk to some vets and help answer some of their questions about finances and
Oh,
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
Was that here in Oakland?
Yes, it was. It
Wonderful.
was held at the Marcus Garvey building in West Oakland.
Good,
Yes,
good,
yes.
good. Now, what's the next picture?
And this picture here is another picture of one of our town halls. And this was held at the West Oakland Library. And what you see here is some of the veterans reps from San Leandro, meeting with some of the vets who have inquiries about benefits and resources and stuff like that. So we normally hold resources meetings at the West Oakland Library every other month.
Good.
So vets can come and get the good information.
Great, great.
Yes, yes.
Now, why did you create the Veterans Community Media Network?
Well, that's a long story, but the short of it is that I had pursued a claim through the veterans because of my disability. And the reason why I pursued the claim was because at one point I was homeless.
Oh.
I was homeless in the summer of 2003. I was homeless. So it took from 2003 to 2012 actually to get my benefits. So it was born, this organization was really born out of the frustration of going through what it took to get your answers for what you needed, get the questions you had answered, and getting the support you needed. It took 8 long years. And after that, I just felt like if I am able, another vet should not have to go through that. And if there's a way for me to keep telling people what I know, that's what I will do. And that's why that organization came into being.
Great, and you're a nonprofit.
Yes, I am.
And so you're always looking for funding, and what are the other things you're looking for beside funding?
Well, funding is always important. It's number one right now. We're a young nonprofit. We're about a year.
Oh, good.
And our offices are in the West Oakland area, right in the heart of the neighborhood. We are always looking for volunteers in the admin sector, grant writers, people that can help staff the office and help me keep the lights on and the doors open. It's really important that I do that. And this is the first year, and I've learned a lot this first year. So I'm sort of ready for 2018 and learn, put into practice what I learned plus whatever else. But that's key, volunteers, staff, funding, and exposure, and networking.
Yes. Now, tell us about some of these veterans that you help.
I have had, matter of fact, just last week, a veteran friend of mine, and I didn't find out till later that he was a veteran. Actually, he's a barber, and he's a hair salon owner, and actually he does my locks. Come to find out, this man is a veteran, and it was like, oh my gosh. So once I found out that he was a veteran, I kept inviting him to our town halls. I said, held every month, but he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try. I just found out last week that he finally took the step to go to the VA and it started out a claim for some issues that he has had for years. He just never, got around to doing it. And he is most happy now because now he tells me the Veterans Administration has read his claim. They are working on his paperwork. There is a good chance he will get compensated for some of his injuries.
Good.
And this is just really great for him because as an entrepreneur, a sole, proprietor of a business, and he teaches also at Laney. So all of this helps when you can get the Veterans Association, to help you in a timely manner, because that's what's key, timing. As long as it's been that he sat on the information, he got his answers relatively quickly.
Wonderful.
He really did. He really did. Whereas it took me a long time back then, but that's because they have shown the light on the VA and their practices. So they have asked the VA and the clerks and everybody who works, you need to help move the paperwork.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, do you find there are more men, of course, veterans, homeless veterans, than women?
Yes, and actually, as an organization, I'm trying to get data on those kind of numbers, that kind of demographics. I'm one of the very few in the Oakland area is, you know, a woman veteran. There are some. I would love to be able to find out who they are all, because who are the women veterans and their issues, because they have particular issues. We as vets all have general issues, the housing, the everything, but women in particular have special issues.
Right.
And I would like to find out where they're at, who they are, and what assistance, you know, they'll need. So the push now is to get data and find out where they're out and where they're at, and then that way we can go out on site, street teams, or whatever it takes. And if they are in homeless, that's even better that we find out where they're at, who they are, what they need. Because sometimes we have female vets that have families.
Oh, yes.
And that is another area which you would have to address. Most definitely.
And especially the children, you know, you see so
Yes.
many of these tent cities all
Yes,
over.
yes.
These people sleeping on the street,
Yes.
and the little children, you know,
Yes,
some of them in
yes,
cars.
yes.
And the children can't go to school because maybe they're dirty or don't have any food,
right.
you know.
That's
so
right.
these are the ones we have to reach.
That's right. And it's very disheartening to see how quickly these tent cities have come up.
Yes.
But because they're there, I would like to know of the number of folks that are homeless in those tent cities, how many are actually vets, and we have to find them. We
Yes.
have to find them, and we have to see how we can help them.
That's right.
Right at where they're at.
Yes.
You know, right where they're at.
And
So,
winter's coming on, and
yes.
it's just terrible.
Yes, it is.
Nobody
Yes,
in this country should be homeless,
No,
especially the veterans
That's
who
right.
fought for our country.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's what
indeed.
I'm trying to get the word out, because if you know, if you get the information, you can act on the information. And see, and I found out a lot of what I needed, what I consider after the fact.
Yes.
If I had known what to do, what I got out of the service, I do believe for me, and maybe a lot of veterans, their plight, their quality of life, things would have been different.
Yes.
I didn't know after becoming an adult, after raising a child and becoming homeless, what was available. That should not be.
No.
They should actually have what I consider an exit
Yes.
interview.
Yes. Well, we're out of
You
time
know.
for this section.
Okay.
But the children are going to come on. Boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, don't turn off those TVs. We're going to have our three poets join us, and they have a question for Miss Williamson. We'll be back in just a moment. And now our poets have joined us, and they each have a question that they're going to ask our guests. So here we go with our questions.
How long were you in the Army?
I was in the Army 3.5 years. 3.5 years.
Good. Next question.
How old were you when you started your career?
Wow, I was 18 when I first went into service.
Next question.
Why did you decide to go to the Army?
Well, I was having too much fun in school and not doing the right thing. I was having a lot of fun, and I figured I better do something constructive. So I went into the Army and signed up.
Good. Next question.
Has there ever been a veteran that's homeless now that you've helped?
Not totally to the point of them having a house. I've helped them find money that they need to find housing. So I've done that.
Next question, please.
How did the homeless react when you helped them?
Well, we had been working a long time, so I've gained some friends as homeless vets. So they were very excited and very glad that I was able to help them.
Good. Next question.
Why did you decide to get out of the Army?
Although I loved it, I had a little girl to raise at the time when I got out. She was 6 months old, so I had to concentrate on my daughter.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Another question?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Another question?
No.
Another question?
No.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask the children?
Well, they all ask very good questions, and
they?
hopefully, once you guys get older and you want to help volunteer and help type and talk to people, I would love to have your help. So if you're looking for a chance to help veterans in that way, I would appreciate it.
Good, good.
And I'll keep you guys in mind.
And weren't you so proud of the things that they've done to help the veterans here in Berkeley?
That's very, very commendable.
Yes.
In fact, it's given me new ideas of what I could do.
Yes.
That's why I said I need you guys' help.
Yes.
I'm gonna need your help.
Now, before we end, you had something here in the newspaper you wanted to show, right?
Yes, we finally got some FaceTime in the Oakland Post. Do I have it upside down? Okay, all right.
go.
And the Oakland Post did a feature on what we had. We have our town halls for a few hours every month, but this was an all-day event. It was called Vet to Vet Connection Festival, where we brought veterans reps from all different agencies to meet with the veterans in the community. So it was a big deal. We had food and music, and they had a chance to meet the vets, and the reps got a chance to meet together right there in the community and get their questions answered right there. So it was a good time.
That's
It was
good.
an all-day event, and it was wonderful.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
We plan on doing it again next year for
Good.
2018.
Good. Now, if anybody would like for you to come out and speak like you've done today,
Yeah.
would you tell, right, it'll come up on the screen, but would you
Okay.
give your address and email again?
All righty. My address is 1485 8th Street. That's 8th and Chester. That's right across from the West Oakland BART. My email is diane.w@tvcmn.org. I'll say that again. My email address is Diane, diane.w@tvcmn.org.
Great. Well, I want to thank you. And children, I want to thank you for coming. And you go back to school on Monday and tell the rest of your classmates that I'm looking forward to having each of them come 3 at a time until we've did every child in your class. And I'm so proud of all of you. You did an excellent job. And your poems were outstanding. And I know everybody's going to be pleased when they see you on TV. And again, let's give them all a round of applause.
Yes. Wonderful.
And Diane, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And you said you're going to have me come and speak on
Absolutely.
your program. I'd be glad to do it.
Absolutely.
So without further ado, let's tell our watching audience goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's wave goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.